Hi everybody, I'm Rachel. Welcome to my Spirit Art channel. I'm going to share a drawing with you, a reading in fact, a mediumship reading. And so the type of mediumship that I do is spirit art. So what is spirit art? It's when the medium contacts the other side through art. And so with me, it's going to be colored pencil. But I have done paintings before, and it's not unusual to even use sculpting with clay, like I said, painting or other things to communicate with the other side. But before I get to this drawing, I wanted to let you know that I am also a first-time author, and I just published a book with an amazing team of women, and it went to Amazon's bestseller list yesterday in 9 categories, including spirituality, divination, and the occult. And my cat is going to knock over my tripod. Can you stop? If my tripod falls over, it's because there's an animal on the floor. Okay, here's the book. It's called The Wild Woman's Book of Shadows. My contribution to this book is the spirit art section. So I talk about myself, my journey with spirit art, how I got into it, and then also how to do spirit art. So if anybody's interested in learning more about the subject, this is a really great resource. And then also there are a lot of contributions by 23 other amazing women. I'm going to put the information about this book and even how to order it in the description of this video. Like I said, it is an Amazon bestseller at this point, so it's a big deal. Also, I will be giving spirit art readings this coming Saturday, which is June 26th. Yeah, I have to hold my tripod because my cat is gonna knock it over. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, June 26th from 10:30 to 3:30 at Halo's Holistic Healing Center / Serenity Rocks. And I'm gonna put that down in the description as well. So if anybody's interested in joining me there for spirit art reading, I do have a few bookings already. But anyways, let's get started on this spirit art drawing. Okay, now this drawing is of Davina and George. And this is my cat down here, in case anybody doesn't believe that I have a wild animal that is on the floor a lot, creating havoc. This is it. Yeah. Okay, so Davina and George here. They live in Nevada, and they are still alive. Now, this drawing was a little difficult for me to get what was going on. It just took me a while. It wasn't a really emotional drawing for me, so I couldn't get what was happening here. But I did come to the realization that this was a potential couple that didn't really happen. Now, this guy was really interested in her. He was interested in her romantically, but she was repulsed by him, and she never really understood why she was repulsed. And they are alive today. Like I said, their names, Davina and George. And I actually did look up Davina in like Nevada, and there are quite a few, but then I just felt like I just felt gross, like actually looking up people and trying to figure out what was going on in their private lives, because this once again is another reading about relationships. And the reason that this is coming through is because it has to do with intentions. I believe that Davina was a really spiritual person, whether she knew it or not. She has this like aura around her, this protection. You can see there's this line, like an energetic line, and this is her aura, and it has a lot of colors in it. So you can see there is pink, and there's yellow, and there is blue, but it's kind of on the outer side, and then there is some pink again here, and then on his side there's yellow, and then there's green, and then it comes up to be a darker green, and then even some purple. There's even some purples, and his hair, of course, is purple and blue. He thought that they were going to have a relationship, and then she put the brakes on it because even though he was very attractive and had a really great presentation, she was repulsed by him. And the reason she was repulsed by him is because she could never get a clear intention of what he really was about. And there was just something off the entire time. And I also think that he may have just wanted to have more of a physical relationship, and she was looking for something more serious. And I do think he was pretty honest with her, but since she didn't understand why she was repulsed, she was not always honest with him, because she had this conflict inside of her, like, what is wrong with this guy? Why don't I like him? This really has a big 80s vibe for me, so I do believe that they lived in the 80s, or this situation happened in the 80s, and maybe they were even together very briefly, but not in a way that it was meaningful or a more long-lasting relationship, because on the outside it seemed like they were very compatible, but really they weren't, because he was low vibrational, and then she was really high vibrational. And you can see here she's covering herself with a blanket, kind of in a defensive position, like he's kind of coming towards her, he's very interested, and she's kind of like leaning back, leaning further away from him, and then she's pulling a blanket of protection. So she's already pretty protected by this aura shape here, but then she has another layer of protection because of the blanket. So maybe she actually did have a blanket like this, and this kind of looks like maybe a Native American pattern or something. There's definitely a geometric shape in this blanket. So we have, it's like a diamond, a blue diamond, and then a few arrows up here, but she looks just worried. She is repulsed by this man. She has no idea why. And so this has to do with intention. Okay, spirit can always see your intention. God can always see your intention. Once again, this has to do with discernment. She was discerning something that she could not explain, and that is why this relationship between Davina and George was a no-go. If you know these people, then this reading is for you. I also thought that, he kind of looks like Jeffrey Dahmer to me, so I thought, maybe, is it supposed to be like Jeffrey Dahmer? I don't think he was that evil, but he did have some stuff going on here, because sometimes the green can be unhealed heart energy in my drawing. So I just felt like there was something not quite right here with this man, but she loved him, but at the same time she was repulsed by him. How can that happen? How can you love somebody and then be repulsed by them at the same time? I don't even know if she understood this. I don't think she quite understood what was going on. Because it seemed to be such a mind game with these two. And I guess the main message here is if you can be repulsed by somebody that you think you're attracted to, because the intentions are just not vibing with your vibes. And that's okay. Sometimes if you're repulsed or don't like somebody and you don't understand why, you can just take that as a sign of your own. Okay, here we go with these cats. Okay. Just use your sixth sense as validation of something, as guidance. Actually, that's what I'm trying to say. Use this as guidance for something. Please reach out if this drawing might be for you. I'm sure we've all been through something like this in our lives, where we think we're really attracted to somebody, and then we're also like repulsed by them. We can't figure out why. I'll be back with a new spirit art drawing before you know it. Have a great evening. Bye.